friends, welcome into my channel today. My name is Sherry. Thank you for joining me. I am doing week 2 episode 3 in the Don't Freak Out Before Christmas challenge that's brought to us by Dee Dee Farago. It's the hashtag 3 and 15 DFBC. This is a real fun flip pocket. I've done 2 and I'm goofed up on 1, so I want to show you how I goofed up and what these pockets look like. What they're supposed to look like is, I've already cut everything to size just to save time, but they look like this. You've got a, let me grab a little scrap so I can show you. I just threw all my scraps down in my little scrap bucket. Whoops, and now I just dropped them all over the floor. Okay, so you've got a pocket here. You've got, so this would adhere to your page. And so you would glue, you know, if you wanted, you wouldn't have to glue the top if you wanted to tuck there, but you could just glue down here and on the bottom. But essentially you have a pocket here, you have a pocket here, and then you have a pocket here, and when you fold this over, you have a pocket here and a pocket here. Isn't that cute? I think that is such a cute idea. But what I goofed up on the first one, it's the same exact thing, but as you can see, I folded it the wrong way. Rather than folding it for the height to be 8 inches, I folded it for the height to be 9 inches. So it'd be a little bit too tall for your average, most of your junk journals. You could, however, put it in a traveler's notebook, I think. I could also just cut it down if I wanted to. The, you know, it'd be a little bit off on somewhere, but anyway, I'll find a use for it. But again, you've got a pocket there, open it up, you've got a pocket here, and pocket there. So I wanted to show you those, and usually I end up with 4 to 5, and this one, as I said, I goofed up the first one. So what you're gonna need is, you're gonna need 4 sheets of paper, 9 by 8. You're gonna need an 8 by 3 3/4. You're gonna need 4.5 by 3 1/4. And this last little piece is kind of negotiable. It's 3.5 by, you could do it by 2.5. You could do it, I think mine are cut to 2.5. I think Dee Dee might have settled on 2 1/4, if I remember correctly. So I may cut this down. So you'll see as we go along. So I have 3 different sets cut out, and I'm going to go through these with you now and show you how to put these together. They're actually, once you get everything cut to the correct sizes and you fold it the correct way, you're fine. So we're going to make sure I'm folding it to the 8 inch. So this is the 8 inch side. So I'm just going to simply fold it in half. So I hope you are all having a wonderful day. It is Saturday as I'm filming, and I usually try to get these filmed on Friday afternoon and uploaded for you first thing in the morning, but I was gone all day yesterday. We watched our grandkids, our oldest 2 grandkids, so I was not able to do that, and by the time I got home, I was just too darn tired to film. So I folded this the other direction, and I'm just inking that part so that you can see, it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. I just happened to think of something. Let me grab something I'm gonna need. The other ones I did were 2-sided, so I didn't really have to worry about anything else because that made it really easy that they were 2-sided. So now that we've got this inked here, you're going to need a ruler, and you're going to need an X-Acto knife. In my case, it's my True Control knife. But I'm going to come over to a straight line up the top and the bottom, and you're going to take your ruler and you're just going to cut to 3 inches. In my case, I'm going, this is the bottom, so I'm just going up 3, and I'm gonna go as much on this. It's kind of a little bit of a hump, so sometimes it's hard to get it just right there, but I'm gonna go 3. So here's my 3, and we're gonna go straight down. Set that up here so I don't cut myself. So now we've got this folded in half, right? And we're cut to 3. So what I'm gonna do is bring, how did I do that? Let me see. I always get on camera and then I go, oh geez, what did I do? So I'm gonna open it up this way, right? This is my long way. So what I'm gonna wanna do is, so this is the way I'm gonna, no, because that's my long paper. So yeah, I was right. So yes, this will be my flip that comes over. It throws me at first, but now I see what I'm doing. Yes, so this is gonna go over this. Yes, okay. So this will fold up to here. You can ink this white up. You can do whatever you want to it just to make it a little bit less white. What I'm gonna do, and that's why I had to grab something, I'm gonna show you, I just keep this little stencil sort of on hand. Oops. But I'm just gonna kind of dab it like this. All it does is breaks it up a little bit. You could do any number of anything creative, but that just sort of breaks that up a little bit. And then, so there's our folded up piece. Now we're gonna take, okay, now we're back on track. These are scraps. I'm gonna put them out of my way so I don't confuse them. All right, so we're gonna end up gluing this down, but before we do that, we're gonna bring this up here so you can punch them the same. That way they're just punched evenly. Glue your 3 sides. And you can do either. You can put it at the bottom. You can set it up a little. I liked it just a little bit up, I think. I like the look of that. Okay, so that takes care of that. So that is your flip. When you flip your pocket over, that's your flip. So you don't, and you're not gonna have to even worry about this because this is gonna be glued down anyway. So, and we've got that flip done. We're good there, right? Yep, we're good there. That flip is done. And then on this side, we're gonna take our 8 by 3 3/4. That's gonna go here. You know what? I wanted these to be contrasting. I had them sort of mixed up before. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna notch a hole right in the top here. Do a little thumb hole so you know that this is a pocket. Again, let's ink this up. We're gonna do another notch down this side. And I didn't quite understand what Dee Dee was saying about, I think what she did, yeah, what she did was she put this, she folded this over and she took and she put like a little notch. So I'm gonna come up just a little bit and I'm just gonna notch right there. So that way we'll have a hole punch here. You know, it's easier to see with this one, I think, because it's not as big and bulky. So there's a approximate spot for a punch. Sorry, I don't feel like I'm being a very good instructor today of sorts. Okay, so we've got that punched, right? Ink this up. Yeah, I'm really having to concentrate on this one, you guys. And I may have to cut into there just a little, and that's okay. I think on one of them that Dee Dee did, she had to make a little adjustment too. So it's okay. Don't worry or don't stress if you have to do that. Okay, so on this side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this guy down here, And he doesn't have to be right up to the corner. In fact, I think it's best to have it sort of centered a little bit. So we're going to glue on the 3 sides. And then we're going to add the 1 more pocket, and that's going to be it. Once you get the measurements squared around and get it folded correctly, I don't do a very good job with glue on camera. I really don't. Okay, so I'm going to get that set right in the center. Okay, so then this one will come over. You could cut it down here, but I'll show you what I've done, and it works just fine. So again, we're going to cut another little, punch a little thumb hole here. So this one is going to get glued right here, and I'll show you, we have a little overlap, and I'll show you how we take care of that. So we're going to glue here. Trying to do a little better job of gluing. We're going to go here. Glue there. Bring it down here to the bottom and line it up. You're going to overlap a little there, which is just fine because remember this is the that's the 4.5 by 3.5 inch pocket, and it's going to come over just a little bit on this side, and that's not going to matter one bit because you can just come right on in and cut it out, and you never know. You never know. Okay. You could even probably wait till you get it on there and punch it too, or you could punch it up a little higher. It really doesn't matter. But that way you've got, there we have it. We have our pocket here, our pocket here when it's adhered to the page, pocket here, and pocket here. So pretty cute, huh? You know what I'm going to do just to make it a little smoother? I'm going to go ahead and just sort of re-punch that just to make it a little bit cleaner looking, and then just go back in. So yeah, you could even just wait till you get that on there and do it that way. That's fine. So then this would go down to the page, see? I'm just going to stick that guy right there, my trash right there, scraps right there. All right, so there's number 1 and done. That turned out pretty cute. So this one we're going to use, let's use that one. Let's mix these up. I like to have the different patterns on here. Whoops. Here and here, here. Here, and these won't matter because they're the same. Okay, so let's get on to number 2. Remember, we're going to want to fold it in half on the 8-inch side. So we're folding to a 4-inch pocket, 4.5-inch pocket. Actually, because we folded the 9-inch side. So yeah. And then let's just go ahead and ink this up so we can see it better. Bring it where you can line it up on your mat on a straight line. Get your ruler. Come up to the 3, or I'm putting mine there, right on the edge. So I come in with my X-Acto knife right to 3. Cut that down, put my X-Acto knife up there, and then we're gonna flip this back over. No, yes, this over, fold this side up, fold that side up, give it a burnish with your bone folder. Again, I'm going to come in with my stencil and just break this up a little bit so that we're not so white. Yep, perfect. Bring this up, and we're going to want to bring, now we've got our 2 inch by 4.5 inch. Let's bring those up together and punch them. So I'm going to make a little revision here in my notes, just so we know. We've got our 9 by 8. We've got our 8 by 3 3/4. We've got our 3.5, 3 1/4 by 4.5. Yes, and so then this one is our 4.5 by 2. So those are the measurements. Okay, so we've got those made, so we can actually go in and ink these. Boy, that was like sort of really trying, wasn't it? At least it seemed like it for me anyway. Oops, fumble fingers here. Ink this up. It's funny, at first it seems like so confusing, but then once it clicks, it clicks. So we're just gonna glue right here and right here. And then we're going to do the same here. Little glue here. And I don't know, you know, I might not always go in the exact order that Dee Dee does, but I try to come out with the same finished product anyway at the end. So, and again, not quite all the way to the bottom, just so it looks interesting there. That's cute. Little bit of inking down here and up here. Okay, so there's that. So we have our pocket that folds over. Now we're going to turn it over. Remember, our white side is down, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to punch that hole until we get done. Let's just see how that works. This one, we have to come in and we have to punch the top, ink it up. So what are you all doing today? I'm sort of at the end of my, if you've watched my other videos, you probably heard me say my oral chemo. I'm sort of at the end of that. Actually, I am at the end of round 2 tomorrow, and I always get pretty darn fatigued toward the end. I was telling my husband that I've seen it with round 1 and now round 2. I've been very fortunate. It's not near as hard as the infusion chemotherapy I did the first time around, but it does make me tired, and fatigue is one of the main side effects with this oral chemo. So I'm going to put that just centered right there. And I do apologize for any noise you hear outside. My husband's doing the backyard today, which is right outside my back craft room. But as I said, we were gone yesterday, so didn't have a chance to get that done. So yeah, so I'm kind of taking it easy. He's doing the yard work. I'm doing my crafting, doing my video. I need to go pay some bills, but I don't know if I feel like it today. It's got to get done though. if nothing else, while I get this uploading, I can be sitting at my desk and, if nothing else, just sort of organizing some of my paperwork. I could do that. And then if I don't get to paint him today, at least I'm ready to go and I can do it first thing in the morning. He's going to help me with housework tomorrow because that kind of wears me out a bit right now. I sort of have to pick and choose. Like, I don't like to be so tired in the evening that I can't enjoy, you know, barbecuing. We've got a nice rack of ribs I've got marinated for tonight. And if I get too tired, then I'm done in the evening. I've got a really good kombucha in there today. I can't remember what flavor it is offhand though. Okay, so there's that. And then Dee Dee said too, when we get to decorating these, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with that section. So something will be done with this, but I don't really know quite what. So there is our pocket. I'm off slightly, just right there. And I can just ink that. It's not gonna be any big deal. And then I can come over here now and punch, decide where I want to punch this, and I think I'm just going to kind of go right here and then ink that up again, and then that one's done. All right, we've done 2 so far, so we're coming along pretty good, huh? Another idea you could do, let's do something a little different on this one, and I'll show you. Just an option so you know that you have options. Make sure that you're on your 8-inch height when you fold it so that you don't have a 9-inch flip out like I did. I don't even know what I was thinking on that, but apparently it wasn't the right thing. And we'll ink so that we can see this ridge a little bit better. Forgetting to put the cap. I'm gonna have to get some more vintage photo. I've had it quite a while and I think it's starting to get a little bit dry. It's not bad, but it's a little dry. So let's just line up right here so we can cut our 3-inch with our ruler, nice and straight. Come down, bring my paper down a little and my ruler down a little. So my youngest grandson, Ryder, he's starting soccer this year, and then my oldest granddaughter's doing soccer. So Sarah, my oldest daughter, is going to be coaching both of them. So that's going to be cute. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to fold this piece up again, just like we've done. But instead of using that stencil and inking right here, I'm gonna grab a piece. I betcha. Hold your horses here. Hold your horses. Yep. Oh, look at this yummy paper. It's yummy, 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 yummy paper here that we're just gonna back it with some coffee dyed paper. That's what we're gonna do, guys. That's what we're gonna do. And it doesn't have to be that. I'm just trying to get it along the edge here. Nope, I have to do it this way. Yeah, so Sarah is coaching both of them, so that ought to be cute. And Harper is 6, so she's getting pretty, and she's really athletic, so she's good. And then this is, of course, will be Ryder's first year doing it, so that'll be interesting. I think he's 5. Yeah, he's 5. So, you know, it's like herding bees at that age. See, then when we fold that up, we've got, so then it's a little bit crinkly, but it's okay. You know what I need for that though is my glue stick, and this, I sort of changed directions on you at the last minute there, but that's okay. So yeah, this is his first year of playing soccer, so that ought to be fun to watch. So let's just put this down here. Smooth that out. I seriously need to do some organizing in here. Seriously. And I just did it, but now it seems like it's unorganized again. Okay, so there's that. So we don't need to worry about that. So now let's get this piece. Get those finger notched at the same time. And inked up. Getting hungry for lunch. I had a little bit of sausage and a half of a bagel for breakfast, but I'm getting hungry again. Don't eat much at one time, so I fill up quick, but then I get hungry quick too. And our favorite Japanese restaurant, we found out last night, reopened finally after all this time. They did kind of they said they're doing a soft opening just because they're having a hard time getting staff, which seems to be really common. People just can't get people that want to work. I guess they're just still making more money on unemployment or something. So we happened to be coming home from the kids' house and saw that. We noticed it the other day too, because they've been open for takeout, but I was like, there is a lot more cars in the parking lot than you would normally see for takeout. So we thought, let's drive by there and see. And sure enough, and the fellow we were talking to said, yeah, they're just opening a couple of days a week, a couple nights a week for in-house dining, and they got busy. He was saying, yeah, we are not staffed, and I'd say they had a full house. We've had a lot of traffic. There's still a lot of traffic on the road. I don't know if people are just finishing up summer vacations or what, but still a lot of tourism here right now. And so, yeah, they were quite busy. And that's Max barking at the leaf blower. Just for your information. Max will always be somewhere in the video. It's sort of inevitable. He's getting better, but he's still a little stinker. He'll always be a stinker, that's for sure. Okay, so now let's get this piece on. That one seems like it's just a skosh tall for some reason. I don't know why, but it's okay. So we're gonna get this one clipped and inked. So yeah, it was really nice. It was the first time we'd been able to, in fact, we didn't even get takeout there during COVID. And it's one of the places we go to pretty regularly. They've got sushi, and it's a Japanese restaurant, so, you know, it's got Japanese food. But it's the first time we've been there in about a year and a half. Yep, right about a year and a half. So it was so good. I like this one thing. It's called Ono. It's a pepper seared wahoo. That's about the only raw fish that I will eat. I'm not doing such a good job on this. And then I got a snow crab roll. It was really good. It had snow crab and avocado, sesame seeds. It was really good. So let me just straighten this one up a little. You have to cut a little off the bottom, but that's okay. Oops. Well, this one got a little bit crooked, but Oh, well. Yeah, so anyway, we had a really good dinner. Oh, and we shared steamed vegetables. They have such good steamed vegetables. Oh, my gosh. They're so good, and they have this really good, some kind of mayonnaise-ish dip to dip the vegetables in, but oh boy, is it good. So yeah, he had a roll, and I had a roll, and I had my seared wahoo, pepper seared wahoo. It was very good. And then our favorite Chinese restaurant, which we only have one Chinese restaurant in town, is now, they've only been open for takeout since COVID. And now they've closed for some reason for 2 months. And we heard they were selling. So they're kind of a corporation. So we're wondering if maybe another Chinese restaurant or corporation isn't buying them out. So I don't know, but they're closed for a couple of months. They said they have a sign on the door, which is really a bummer. I think I've mentioned to you before, we love their champagne brunch on Sundays, but of course we haven't had that since COVID, so that's been a long time. We picked up to-go food from there a couple of times during COVID, but we live 15 minutes from the bigger town, and sometimes food like that to go, I don't know, by the time you get it home, you know, you've driven 15 minutes, it sort of loses something, I think. At least it does in my opinion. So we didn't do a lot of takeout during COVID, but we did some. I'm just gonna leave that raw edge like that. So there's this guy. This guy, he's buckling a little. Something's a little off there. Is it this? It's not going to matter. Once it flattens out, it'll be okay. So then the last thing to do is come in and punch our hole right here, and we'll be done. All right, you guys, that is it. That concludes this journey that we went on today. We've got 4 adorable pockets with multiple flips in them. I mean, tuck spots. We've got a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, and then when you open it up, you've got a tuck there. So we've got this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one that was done incorrectly that's too tall. So, all right, you guys, thanks for joining me for week 2, episode 3, pocket flip. This is, well, project 3. I'll just call it project 3 for week 2. So, all right, you guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you back here on my next video. Bye.